But I can't be serious when Corey's here because Corey is always a kick.
Yeah, I'm a kick, all right.
Corey, many years ago, I say many years ago, 8, 10 years, whatever, started the Electric City Couture. It was a dream. Jolene Button and you kind of put your heads together and got it going.
Actually, Jolene was the one who put it together back at the time with some of the folks at Proctors, and I got roped in by Richard Loveridge, actually, who was behind camera waving at you a moment ago.
Yeah, and you started it, and it's gotten bigger. So now you're up in Universal Preservation Hall up in Saratoga.
Yeah, the genesis has been amazing. It went from kind of a ragtag art fashion show to now a serious creative economy expression.
It's serious.
With real designers from our region all the way down to New York City.
And you get models are amazing.
Yeah, well, this year we're expanding.
And do we have any photos there, maybe?
I think there might be some
Greg?
runway photos from last year.
Yeah, well, we can't
Greg
do
will
this
get
year's.
to there. See how much fun
That's
people have at our
audience.
shows. It's like a casino ad.
Yeah.
But basically, each year it's getting bigger, and this year we've gone
look at that.
from one show, which was a capacity of about 350 people to be able to see, to now we're doing 2 full shows, each with its own set of designers, and each with its own set change. So we're taking a page out of the Proctors world and becoming very theatrical up there at Universal Preservation Hall in Saratoga.
Well, and the thing is that you are bringing in buyers to look at a lot of this clothing for their stores. Is that correct?
Yeah, the fashion industry is kind of morphing right now, and I feel like we're kind of on trend with that, where a lot of the designers we work with will sell to boutiques, but they also sell directly to customer. So what we do is put them on the runway, give them a kick-butt show, and then we send them right down into the store where they can purchase those clothes right off the runway and experience that thrill and energy, but also support our makers who are in our region.
And you have one right next to you, Claudia,
Yes.
and you have Christopher with you. Christopher Mastroianni's been on the show before, and it's a pleasure to meet you,
Pleasure
Claudia.
to meet you.
And I must give her a big shout out. Her husband has a bakery in Crisan's at the Albany Institute of History and Art, and they brought pastries. So if you had been in the audience, you'd get to taste them. So Claudia is a designer.
Claudia I discovered through a dear friend of mine, and when I found out what she did, I was shocked and amazed, because not only is she 3rd generation Romanian baker, or?
Second.
Second, oh, well, 3rd is right there, so it's coming along.
3rd is on the way.
But when I saw what she did, she makes a beautiful couture out of food. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
So I started, I'm trained as a jeweler maker.
Jewelry. And you've given lectures and courses and things with us.
Yes. But, you know, I work in gold and silver. Whenever that became very frustrating, I went back to what I used to work with my mother, which was sugar. So growing up in the business, bakery business, and slowly and rapidly, actually, the sugar just evolved, and it started going around the body. And it becomes something different once it's taken out of its normal environment.
That's really exciting.
Yes, that's the photo that we did for the promotion for this show, Shattered in Repose. And the images that you see there, the neck piece Jay has on and the upper piece Elle has on, are all created out of food and sugar, right?
Yes, it's sugar and fondant. It's like a sugar paste.
Yeah, I know.
It's what you may put on cakes, basically.
Yeah, good. And we have Christopher at the end, and Christopher comes from the Upper Union Street area with Mastroianni's shoe repair. But you have gone into another end of it, and now you've kind of combined with the couture. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, we have a 90-year-old shoe repair shop on Upper Union Street in Schenectady, and started a company last year called Last Gentleman Company, where we basically take old vintage shoes that may once been forgotten about and repurpose them with new colored soles, maybe a fabric inlay, something to make them one of a kind and unique and kind of resurrect them to be a wearable fashion statement.
So it's not only the women that love shoes, it sounds like the men do too.
Yeah, guys are getting their act together. And,
So
and
are
really,
you providing shoes for the couture, or what's going on?
Yeah, well, Corey reached out to us, what was it, last year, right?
Yeah.
We were so excited. He came in the shop, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I didn't know this existed, you know, and it was pretty new at the time, and the fashion show, Electric City Couture last year, really put us like in a spotlight, to where we teamed up with Fratelli and Lockwood, who is a returning alumni designer this year. And they hand loom these amazing fabrics at their shop on Beekman Street. And we took some colored soles, put them on old wingtips, inlaid some really cool handmade fabrics into those shoes, and made like a very unique piece, you know.
And it's all up here, right, when you do it? You just decide what you're going to do as you do it.
A little bit of that, some flipping quarters, yeah. And then we kind of just come out to just taking an old skill set and using it.
I asked him, there's his shoes. I asked him why he didn't bring any shoes here.
Nothing.
And why didn't you bring any shoes?
They're
You're
going like
sold out,
hotcakes,
right?
yeah, sold out, no pun intended. Yeah, no,
I'm kind of jealous.
S-O-L-E-D.
I'm kind of jealous because men's shoes are so much cooler than
Yeah,
women's
they are,
shoes.
they are.
so
So did we show all the pictures? I was kind of
I
chatting.
saw the pictures of the shoe.
Yeah, yeah. So your shoes are really unique, and you were telling me that you're sending them. Now, what are these down here?
All right, so
Back to
he's
store.
bounced to pictures of the store. So as we mentioned, you know, not only do we do
Ooh,
the
look
runway
at that.
fashion entertainment, but we also allow people to participate in a regional economy by supporting these people who are making the
Buy
clothes.
local
By regional.
or regional.
Local, regional.
Yeah.
What we try and do is say within a 3 to 4 hour radius is where we're sourcing our designers from, which does pull in New York City. And this year we have 4 designers from New York City, which 3 of which will be brand new to the show. So we've got a stable of 9 designers this year. 4 will be shown on Saturday, and we have a national VJ, and we're putting up, they're modifying the building to put up 50 feet of truss to have New York Fashion Week runway lighting in Universal
Oh
Preservation
my
Hall
gosh.
just for this event. Like, if you like fashion at all, you absolutely cannot miss this, because it is the largest juried regional fashion runway show within
In the
a few
Northeast,
hours,
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
of hours anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you get down the city, things get different, right? They're big there. But,
Do you sell out? It seems to me you won't be able to get seats if you don't hustle.
you know, every year we've sold out without even marketing or advertising. So this year we decided to go to the 2-day format, which allows us to have twice as many designers, requires twice as many models. We'll have 100 models that weekend. We're actually putting them up in hotels. It's crazy. But it also allows
Oh my
people to
God.
be able to get a ticket who in the past weren't able to get a ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's definitely tickets available this year for the first time. You can get those tickets by going to the website, www.electricitycouture.com.
Great.
And Proctors is a supporter of this. We've partnered up with a lot of local and regional production people to really kind of do a massive expression of the creative economy through the lens of fashion.
Well, you know, it's an industry, right? It's an industry, and without having a design, I mean, we don't need to get everything from other countries. I mean, we've got great people right here in this country that are designing clothing, and
And especially in this area, I think that's what's so surprising about this area. You find little pockets of wonderful, extraordinarily talented people that just kind of migrated up here.
well, but we
And-
have universities though in the area
Oh,
that
yes.
have fine arts departments at Albany and Skidmore,
St.
and many
Charles
of the
is great,
schools
Skidmore, yeah.
have
Botanic.
really good fine arts. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's really about, you're hearing a lot of buzz lately about the words creative economy, and there's a big reason behind that, because really, isn't it the arts that bring value to a region? And one of the strengths that we have is a lot of great arts organizations that are highly developed. I think we're trying to get better as creative individuals to maximize that potentiality to get the word out about how it does create such a great quality of life here. And why are people from Brooklyn moving up here?
Right.
Because they're seeing some of the same creativity, but experience a better style of living. Better lives.
And a lower cost of living as well. I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
they're not living in a 300 square foot apartment, paying $4,000 a month.
I know, it's insane. I don't know how people do it.
I don't know either.
But-
Well, if you want to get a feel for it, and I have to say this, I haven't been up to the Universal Preservation Hall. I really have to do
You
that.
need to go.
I know.
It's
I
a
have
big,
to. I
hot
have
story.
to do it. Yes. When I was here, I remember leaving and saying, "This is New York Fashion Week. The music is pumped, and the models are going through, and they look great, and the cut, and the makeup, and the hair." I was just like thrilled.
Yeah, and this year we have 2 DJs on stage. All music is customized by the designer. Because it's a multi-designer show, but it's based on this theme that we've kind of constructed with
Shattered
Claudia's
and Repose,
beautiful clothing. Shattered will be the first night, which is hard-edged, looking at the way we consume fashion.
Yeah.
It's edible fashion. And breaking that paradigm at the end of the night, and then Sunday moving into a more organic mode that is what I call
Blooming.
Repose, which is how do we take those broken pieces of stopping the way we're doing things today and build them back together into a beautiful new mosaic that will allow us to be more sustainable in our region. Yes, fashion is about thoughts, dangerous thoughts. We're very
And
dangerous.
memories.
She's remembering
What a
sticking all
writer.
those sugar
I
pieces
love
in
your
it.
script. Check it out. It's New York Fashion Week right up here in Saratoga.
right.
You don't want to miss it. Just go
Bring
in
your
and
friends.
enjoy it. Bring your friends.
Tickets are really cheap to get into this show.
Oh.
We keep them as low as
I know
possible
you-
because we want as many people to get
But
there. You can get this show
you
for
want the
15 bucks.
experience. You want the experience. There's
Yeah.
so much to do in our area, and we call this show Schenectady Today, in and around the capital region, and we are going in and around the capital region because our next guest is over at Sand Lake. So thanks so much for being here.
Well,
yeah.
thank you,
Nice
darling.
to
Thank you
meet
for having
Claudia,
us.
and
So nice
thank
to
your
meet you.
husband for those wonderful pastries too. Thank you.